it's SimLicy here. So today I have for you guys this Suburban home. It's pretty similar to the last one I built, but this one I tried to make it have more of a harvest theme to it, and I think it turned out really beautiful. I did end up doing the ivy and some like plants growing up the side of the house again, which I think it's just romantic, like I've said before, and it's just pretty. So hopefully you guys like it too. I mean, I haven't got any negative feedback on it so far, so I thought I would do it again because I don't know, I just thought about making this neighborhood here in Newcrest like just these large, beautiful, overgrown houses. Like, I don't know, I just thought it would be fun to do. So hopefully you guys like it as well, and hopefully it looks like a harvest house too, because I think it does, with the pumpkins and like the whole theme of the house kind of has oranges and browns throughout the entire interior of the house, which you'll see here in a little bit once I get to it. And I also created this harvest couple, which you can see throughout the video right there in front, and when I paused it to start building, they were kissing, and I thought it was so cute. So I don't know, I just liked it. It's just nice, and I'll link the video of my creating them down below if you haven't watched that yet. I don't know, I haven't put either of them up yet, so I don't know which one will come up first, but I used only like in-game items to do their outfits, and I kind of tried to create them as looking harvesty. So I mean, I'll explain it further in that video, so check that out if you get a chance to. So yeah, I had some, not too many troubles I guess with the windows, but just trying to get them to look nice without putting too many windows on there and getting a variety of them. So I think it works out in the end. I did move like a couple of, maybe only one or two of the structure and roof pieces to make the windows look a little bit better, to make proper room for them. So you'll see that too. And I loved that red double door with this house. I've been wanting to put a red door on a house for a while, and I think this build suited it so well. So hopefully you guys like that. I think it adds some character, and I don't know, gives it that suburban look, because I think you see a lot of houses like that more often that have like a front door that's not necessarily like the bright color, or not bright color, that's what it means, but like a different color. Like, I have a friend that painted her front door like this robin egg blue, and it is so adorable. And I have a neighbor that has a door that's like a blue color too, and it just looks so cool. And so I thought this house needed a red door. I think it looks pretty good. And right here I'm starting to do some landscaping, and I start off by making all the flowers white, but then for some random reason I make one of them yellow, and I'm like, oh, that's more harvesty than making everything look white. Like, making it just white and green is pretty, I do think, but it's not what I wanted. I wanted it to look hard, like kind of give it the look that maybe things are turning a little bit, like fall's coming and the leaves are starting to turn, even though we don't have seasons yet. But that's one thing I'm really looking forward to. Pets and seasons, I mean, of course I'm looking forward to the new expansion pack, but like pets and seasons, please, sooner than later. I can't wait. Like, I think when I made the cover photo, which you've already seen, or like, is it called the cover photo? Screenshot? Thumbnail. The thumbnail on YouTube. I messed around a little bit on Photoshop trying to give it like a harvesty look. So hopefully you guys like that. I think it turned out really pretty. But I want there to be seasons. I want the leaves to change. I mean, the leaves are changing here in real life, and it'd be so nice to create that in my sim worlds as well. But who knows when that'll come. I mean, I don't know. More stuff the better, of course. I have no complaints. I love this game, so if they don't come out with it, I still love it, but oh man, it would be awesome. And pets too. Like, to have a dog run around I don't know. It'd be awesome. There was barking in the apartments trailer, but I was like, oh yeah, that totally means that there's a dog in there. And then I mean, it was probably just the TV, but I got excited for a moment, and I think other people did too, as I saw in the comments. Were like barking, pets confirmed, but no, that's not what that means. It's probably just the TV, because there is pets like on TV shows. Just your Sims can't own them yet, or have them be part of their little families, but hopefully someday. And yeah, so I'm just putting some pumpkins on the front porch, and I think that looks pretty cute. I wish there was one smaller size of the pumpkin though. I think that would have balanced it out a little better, but it still looks cute, and I think it looks really nice. And I do go through a couple times trying to decide whether or not I should put ivy on the house, because I mean, even though nobody's like, oh, that looks bad, I always feel that people are going to be like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, you covered up the house. But I like it, so in the end I do go back and I heavily cover it with plants. I used a trick that Hattie Sims, I think is what she calls herself, that she uses quite a bit when she does these kind of suburban homes, is take that one window potted plant and like drape it over the house, and it looks really nice. So I want to make sure I mention that I did get that idea from her, but I don't know if people do realize that, or think, oh hey, you got that from somebody else. But I mean, everything comes from somebody else. I don't think, I've watched YouTube videos for so long that I'm like, I don't think I have any original ideas anymore. And if I do have an original idea, I don't realize it is. So, because, like, I don't know. I think after you watch so many videos, you just like, everything becomes like adapted in your mind. And you're like, somewhere along the lines you end up using it, especially if it's a really good idea like that one. So, thank you for the inspiration. And I think the floor plan on this did turn out alright. I wasn't sure if I liked it and what exactly I was going to use each room for, but I wanted the staircase to be in a place that makes sense, and that ends up being, pretty much for me anyways, always the front door, like entryway. So I think it works out, and had not too much trouble with the roofs poking through in this one. I was pretty mindful in placing them when I was building the house, like if they were going to cut in or not. And of course I had a little bit of trouble here with the steps, but that's because I did try to put a fence and it thought that it was still there. Like when you place a fence at the top of the staircase, it disappears. And so the reason it kept trying to delete the stairs when I was putting that half wall is because I still had the fence there. So when I go back and delete it, it doesn't delete the stairs anymore. And I kept pretty much all the flooring the same throughout this house. Like all the hardwood floors are the same, all the carpets in all the bedrooms are the same, and same with the tile in the bathrooms. I just thought it was more cohesive, and I don't know, I just thought it looked nice. And I thought about using a few different wallpapers in the house, but I kept it all pretty much with just the neutral tans and cream and browns, which I knew I was going to be using a lot of oranges and like reds and yellows in the house, so I thought that keeping the walls more neutral would balance it out and look a little bit better. So I'm just placing the ivy on the house now. I think it turned out pretty good. I tried to make it look as organic and like natural as possible, like it was kind of like it's been growing for a long time and it was kind of draping all over the house. I don't know, hopefully you guys like it. I think, like I've said before, I think it's so pretty with the Tudor, wallpaper, and it's classic and just romantic and pretty. I don't know. That's probably a silly thing to think that plants are romantic, but I do. I think it looks nice. And I had a few. I ended up cutting out. Beginning, I had the kitchen where I ended up putting the dining room, and I could not get it to work. I even rearranged like the structure of the house a little bit, like on the outside, like moved the walls around a little bit to try to get it to work. And then I did another version of this kitchen in this room, but I deleted all that and left this one in because, I mean, I could have left it in, but it would have just made the video too long. It was kind of unnecessary because it didn't really look good, and I don't know, I had a hard time figuring out how I wanted the kitchen to be. but I think it turned out pretty good. I thought about making that island just table, and then I did it a darker island, but then I ended up going with an all wood, like that more honey wood color, I think is what I ended up using, which I change here in a moment, which I think looks better. I mean, I do like white kitchen cabinets, like in real life. To me, that's really just like really pretty, but I didn't think it worked in this kitchen and in this house in general, so I changed it, and I think that looks a lot better. I'm glad I changed it, because I think the kitchen ends up actually turning out pretty cute, and I think it matches well. I don't know, the whole house to me kind of has a cohesiveness, and it flows really nice, which, I mean, I'm always pretty proud of when it does, because I love art, and I've dabbled in it my entire life, like took a bunch of art classes in high school, but I'm not an artist, and in college I'm not an artist, and in college I study science, and my studies are very technical and math oriented, and it's, you know, it's not creative, so the Sims are my creative part, so I'm always pretty proud when things like match and they like look nice, and it looks like there was some sort of, you know, educated design thought behind it. So I always wonder that. I mean, I think some Sims builders are artist majors or architect, like, I don't know, enthusiasts, or, you know, do that, like that's their life, is to be an artist and be creative, and that's so awesome. I need more art in my life, so I mean, that's why I do The Sims, and that's why I like to build in The Sims, because I think it is really creative. It's a lot of fun. So. And I love the way this dining room turned out. Like, it's grand, but it's still like not too formal looking. I don't know. I love it. And I wanted to put a bar right there, but it still fit. I didn't feel like extending the walls out to make it work. So I didn't find it necessary. I mean, I don't know if you guys do this, but when like I play in my current household and I want to throw a party and they need a bar, I just buy a bar and throw it like somewhere randomly in the house, and then just delete it when the party's over, because they don't need a bar all the time, right? It's like some builds I do put bars in there, but not all the time. And I don't think I have any on YouTube that do. I mean, maybe I do, and I just don't remember it. No, I don't think I do. Maybe my tutor family home does, but I don't really remember. I do have builds on the gallery that aren't on YouTube, and I think once I hit like my first like marker, I mean, I think 10 was my first marker of followers, but I mean, one of them was my husband, so it was really like 9 followers, and now I have like 17, which thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate that you are interested in seeing them at all, and that anybody wants to follow my videos at all. That's really cool. But I think once I hit my like first marker, like, I don't know if I'll do 20. I think if it, you know, if I get to 20, then I think I might do my first like video tour of a build that I've done in the past that's not on YouTube, because I have some builds up on the gallery that I'm really proud of, and that have, you know, I mean, not that I have like a bunch of downloads, but they have quite a few downloads. Like, I think my most popular one on the gallery is my friend's apartment, which is super cute, and the gallery does not do justice because the pictures are terrible, but I think it has like 200 something downloads, which, you know, for me is a lot, because since I haven't been doing it that long, and nobody, you know, there's so many different things in the gallery, like anyways, it's popular, so I'm thinking about once I have like 20 followers or something, doing like a thank you video tour video, if that makes sense. I think that'd be fun. So if you're interested in seeing that, let me know, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe, so I will do that video. But, anyways, even if you don't subscribe, I appreciate that people watch them at all. It's just fun for me to do, and it's a neat hobby. You should try it out if you don't have The Sims, or if you don't share videos. It's a lot of fun, and I think it's good. It's a good like skill to learn, to be able to sit here and just talk. I mean, I don't know what I'll ever use this for other than YouTube, but I don't know. I think it's a good thing to learn for whatever reason, just pretty much for the only point that learning anything new is good.
I think is what I'm trying to get at. Like, it's just good to learn how to do something new, and I'm sure it'll benefit me in some way. But so I'm doing the bathroom right now. This is like the downstairs guest bathroom kind of thing. Like, you know, if you have people over, this is the bathroom they would use. So it's pretty tidy. Like, it's not too cluttered, and I didn't actually do that much clutter, at least in my opinion, in this house. I kept it pretty tidy. It's not as lived in as the last suburban home that I did. Like, this one is more for a family that hasn't lived here as long. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, there's no grandmother suite like the last one, and I mean, it is on a smaller lot. It's so like 20 by 30, so I didn't make it as large because, like I said in that video, I always tend to build for the size of the lot that I am building. Like, if the lot's 50 by 50, the house is like 40 by 40. Like, I take up the whole thing. And I mean, not that I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. It's not what I mean to do, but it just always ends up that way. Like, so that's why whenever I do like starter homes, or when I did that 10-minute build challenge, like, use the small lots, because then you won't be tempted to spend a bunch of simoleons building it, and you won't get carried away, and then it won't look as empty because you won't have as much space. So that's my advice, I guess. Building on smaller lots makes smaller, cheaper houses, which I think makes sense. I don't know, kind of a silly thing to talk about, but so I'm just working on the living room right now, and I think it looks really nice. It's super cute, and I noticed in the screenshots when I was putting the video together that later on I put a pumpkin on top of the fireplace, but it gets deleted, so I think I'll go back, or maybe I took the screenshots before I put it up there. I don't know, I'll check before I put it. I haven't put it up on the gallery yet, so once I put it up on the gallery, or before I do, I'll make sure that it has the pumpkin up on the fireplace, because I tried to put some pumpkins throughout the house. Like, I think there's probably only 3, maybe 4. I think there's 3, but I wanted to put them in there as, like, thinking that the people decorated a little bit for the fall season, but I didn't want to go overboard, so I think just having it up on the fireplace panels is alright. I mean, I tried to obviously use fall colors, in my opinion, like lots of browns and oranges, and that very, like, you know, warm tone colors. It looks like it might be kind of brisk outside, but inside it's nice and warm, which is why I try to make sure I add fireplaces in these builds, because that also gives that look too. Oh, I was like, what happened there? But I was getting ready to type in that sheet. It looked like the video was frozen, but I couldn't see that the cheat bar was up. But it didn't take me that long to type in that sheet this time. Like, I mean, I did have to type it in a few times, but I always screw it up. But it didn't take me that long. I unlocked it right away, and that's the pumpkin carving station. I was gonna put it right there next to the desk, and then I ended up getting rid of it and never putting it back anywhere. I mean, I just couldn't think of anywhere that I thought it belonged. Like, I probably should have put a garage in this house, because then I could have put the workbench and that carving table somewhere, and it would have made more sense there. But for me, it just didn't. It looked kind of weird right there, and it didn't really make sense for me to put it anywhere. So I think if I was to play this house and one of my Sims to carve pumpkins, I would just, you know, go into build mode and buy it, put it somewhere, and then when I was done carving pumpkins, get rid of it. Because I do that with things that I don't, you know, like I was saying with the bar, like things that I don't want in there all the time, that are only for certain things, but I'll just put them in there and then just get rid of them. Like maybe my Sims just rented them for a little bit, and then, like, I don't know. People do that, right? Like, some people rent things and then that are, I guess, I had a roommate one time that rented, like, carpet shampooers. So people do that, so maybe they just need to rent it. I don't know. I'm not making any sense now, so I'll stop talking about that. So I'm just decorating the office. This is one of the rooms that I wasn't sure when I was, like, doing the floor plan. I'm like, is that going to be an office? Was it too big for an office? I mean, it could easily be turned into an extra bedroom. So, but I find it nice to have, like, a full-on office in The Sims. Like, like your skill building room is what I kind of think of them, because it has like your painting and your computer and whatever, chess table and the bookshelf. Like, it's your skills room. So I think they're nice to have, because pretty much every job or aspiration, needs something that's going to be in that, in a skill building room. So you'll need that stuff eventually. Might as well have a whole room for it, right? I don't know. So some of those plants were poked into the bedroom, so I'd get rid of some of them, and it doesn't really make that big of a difference. So it's not too bad. And this is the master bedroom. And sorry about that, guys. I got interrupted because I accidentally unplugged my headphones, and I thought that they were unplugged the whole time, and I was like, no, I screwed up that entire recording, and I recorded for so long. So that's why there's that little pause there. That happened. So where was I? Still doing, okay, so I'm doing the master bedroom, and yeah, I think it turns out really nice. I put a fireplace in here and tried to make it just look warm and cozy, but I think it turns out pretty nice. I had a hard time figuring out what end tables to use, because nothing really matched that wood and that bed, and I wanted to use that bed for some reason. I was like dead set on it. So I thought it suited the build the best rather than the other beds because of that red comforter. So I ended up going with those end tables, and I think they match all right. I don't know. There's some things that match really well in The Sims 4, and then there's other things that don't match as well. Which, I mean, makes sense, I guess. There's gonna be things that don't match. So, but I hope I always want the wood to match, and it doesn't always match. But that's okay. I always like to put that ottoman right there at the end of the bed. I don't know why. I just think it kind of ties it in a little bit better. So you'll see me do that a lot in my master bedrooms. I think everybody has those certain things that they repeat. They kind of just do all the time, like it's their thing, and that's one of those things that I always do, I guess. And I think this hallway area turned out pretty good. Like, sometimes I feel like hallways can be so awkward because they're kind of dead space, but I think it turns out pretty good. I put a pumpkin up on that table, and I try to make it look harvesty, and I think it does. It's super cute, and that painting actually matches pretty well because it does have some oranges and yellows and reds in it, which I was really hoping that there was when I was thinking about doing orange in this house. I wanted that cherry blossom picture to have an orange version to it, but they did have the red one, but the red just didn't quite look right. Like, it was too red. Like, if it would have been had a little bit more yellow with the red, I think it would have balanced out a little bit better. But I mean, I love that cherry blossom painting, so I was disappointed that I didn't get to use it. I mean, I could have used it, but it didn't do what I wanted it to do. So I had to move those windows out of the way to place the curtains, because I kept wanting to only clip just certain windows and not the windows as a whole. I'm going to check to make sure that toilet works before I put this house up on the gallery. I put it right there because, I don't know, it just didn't really make sense for me to put it anywhere else. I mean, obviously I could have rearranged the bathroom, but I liked the way I had it laid out with that big bathtub and the shower right next to it. And, I mean, so I liked the way it turned out, but I'll check to make sure that toilet works before I do put it up on the gallery. And if you do want to download it, just look for the hashtag SimLicy, or just search the channel ID SimLicy as well. I mean, everything that you want to, any social media or anything like that you want to find me as is SimLicy, because there's no other SimLicy that I found, so it should be easy, and all my names everywhere are SimLicy. And this is the family bathroom, which is, a little bit messy, a little bit more lived in, because imagine the kids in the house would have used this. I didn't create any harvest kids, which would be probably pretty cute, but I didn't know what else to do with these bedrooms. Even though the couple I did have move into this doesn't have kids, I still made them kids' rooms, because I thought it just made sense for there to be kids' rooms. So that's what I did, and this one's kind of, meant for a little boy. Is what I had in mind. So there's some pictures of like a little boy singer, which the boy singer posters could be used for a little girl, because she could have like a crush on that boy singer, and but it doesn't really matter. I guess. I don't know why I'm trying to justify my rooms. But I think it turns out pretty cute. I didn't do them as cluttered as I did the last house in these bedrooms, which I actually think it looks really nice this way, because I think I probably do get a little bit overboard in kids' rooms, but I just have so much fun doing them that I'm like, they need, this and this, and it needs to be messy, because that's how little kids are. At least that's how I was. I was a messy little kid, so that's how I see kids' rooms. But these ones aren't as messy, and I think they actually look really nice. And this one's, a girl's room that's not pink. And I was so proud of myself for making a little girl's room that's not pink, because I think it's so cute, and it still looks like a little girl would want to live in this room. And it's a little bit girly, like it has a flower rug, it has some cute little posters, it has a funny stuffed animal, but it's not pink. So I was pretty proud of myself, because I think other than purple, like every little girl's room that I do is pink. But that's it. So I'm coming up to the screenshots now, and I hope you guys like this build. And yeah, I think it turned out really beautiful. So hope you guys like it. Please comment, like, subscribe if you did. Bye!